Hey, YA. So yesterday, Emily had Ezra 1, 2, and 3 as we started this book, and I have 4, 5, and 6 today. Yesterday had to do with the Israelites coming back into their homeland and starting to rebuild the temple. Today deals with what happens when we start to rebuild the temple. Today has to do with the enemy that was in that land being uncomfortable with what was happening and trying to thwart those efforts to rebuild the temple. For every New Testament principle that the Bible wants us to see and understand about God, there is an Old Testament picture. In the New Testament, Paul talks about our bodies being the temple now for the Holy Spirit. In the Old Testament, the temple was a physical place where you went to worship, and it was built and destroyed and rebuilt. And here we seeing it rebuilt as the Israelites and the exiles return from Babylon into their home of Jerusalem and begin this project of rebuilding. And what I want you to see is when we rebuild, or when we purpose our life to be for Christ, to put all of our efforts into building a life on Him, there's going to be all sorts of pushback from the enemy. His name is the accuser, literally the accuser. And what we see here in this reading is he goes back and accuses the people of the things they have done previously in that land. And so the building stops from the temple. The attacks of the enemy are successful until, and here's the key, until Haggai and Zechariah come on the scene. Two prophets. Haggai was very practical. Zechariah, you'll see, is very mystical. But what gets the work going again? It's the word of the Lord. Every time. So when you are feeling that, when you are feeling either that oppression or that resistance or the accusation on your life of the things you have done, you have to go back. And chapter 6 talks about this great story of how they had to prove that King Cyrus said it was all right to build the temple. And so they do that. They find the scroll, and in it they find the decree from King Cyrus that says it's okay to build the temple. What we do when we are facing this spiritual warfare in our lives, or this oppression, or this resistance, when we purpose to know the Lord and build our house or our temple for Him, is we have to go to the Word, and we have to understand that the prophecy of the Word, the full prophecy of God through the Bible into our lives, is the power for us over these attacks. And what do we do? Just like the scroll said when they found it, that King Cyrus had written that they were allowed to do it, and then the work of the temple resumed. When we believe in the Lord, our name is written in the book of life. It's written there, and that has all the power over sin and death. That God has our name written in the eternal book of life in heaven. That's our victory. That's what we stand on. That's how we continue forward in the midst of spiritual warfare and darkness and deception, as we continue forward, knowing that our confidence is in the Lord and that we are held in the palm of His hand and we are secure in Him. Thanks for joining us today. Tune in again tomorrow. We'll see you then.